I was like so addicted to my phone. Like I had all my notifications on all the time. I was constantly on emails. I was constantly like, I felt the need to like reply to everything in like 3 minutes and try and do all of my workload. And I thought if I wasn't doing that, then I wasn't good at my job. Maybe it's not actually about replying to the email, it's about like reassuring myself that I'm on top of everything. Yeah, and then it like slowly but surely started clicking into place. You don't get taught about stuff at school. You don't talk about it at uni. You start work and you're supposed to just know what's normal and what's not normal. And I didn't know. I had no idea. I think it took me to the point of like getting properly burnt out for me to be like, I'm doing things differently now. Like I got to the point where I was so burnt out that I was struggling to get out of bed in the morning. I was like not doing well at work at all. I was taking out a lot of like stress and anxiety on my friends. I really negatively impacted my relationship because of it, and it got to a point where it was like it's like the tipping point. Like you cannot carry on like this. I was completely different. I was not a pleasant person to be around. I didn't like being in my own head. You wake up in the morning, you're up and you're out, you're at work all day, emails, meetings, seeing people. Then in the evening you're either trying to like have a semblance of a social life, or you're going to a networking event and it's the same, like more introductions, more emails, more, and it's the same cycle like every day. And then you pack your weekends with like, I'm gonna go to brunch, or I'm gonna go to Amsterdam for a couple of days. More and more you like fill your days. It's like this thing that's constantly in the back of your mind, and you know you're not okay, but you keep telling yourself that it's more important to get to the next meeting or to answer the next call or to get to that event than it is to just address the fact that you're not okay. I ended up needing surgery. So the NHS recommended like a minimum of 2 weeks of bed rest, and I had no choice. Like I had to take these 2 weeks of bed rest. I got to the other side of the 2 weeks and I came back to London and I went back to work and everything was still exactly the same. Just so much relief. Like I just like stopped feeling responsible for everything, and I started being a bit more selfish. Like I just started being like, well, actually, no, I don't want to go to this. Like I started saying no to things. I had to deal with a lot of stuff that I hadn't been dealing with, and that was hard. Like there was like a lot of like stuff that I'd been ignoring and stuff that I just refused to acknowledge, and it was hard to like. There were a lot of hard conversations during that time, and that was tough. I'd have these conversations, and the responses that I'd get were always like overwhelmingly positive. I didn't want anyone to think I was crazy. I didn't want anyone to think that I couldn't handle my shit. Once I started having these conversations, it kind of actually made me reevaluate my entire life from like, am I happy in this job? Am I happy in this city? Like, are these friendships or these relationships, are they good for me? Like it kind of like then put me on this process to being like, I need to make smarter and healthier decisions for my mental health, because I suddenly went from like crazy email addicted workaholic to like, now I'm just gonna lie in bed this morning. And I have felt like a tangible improvement in just how positive I am about things, and I'm not faking it this time around. Like I'm a lot more honest about the things that are going badly or the things that are going wrong, and also a lot better at picking up and dealing with it. And I am 1,000 times calmer than I was a year ago. Like I used to freak out about everything. I'm definitely more calmer now. It's like such a cliche, but there is a reason why everybody goes on about looking after your mental health and exercise or yoga or eating well and sleeping right or journaling or whatever it is, because they all like by themselves probably aren't going to do anything, but to me like they all added up over the course of a year, and I just feel so much better now than I did a year ago. You couldn't pay me any amount of money in the world to swap the state of my mental health now than it was this time a year ago.